Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about...
the VP Derby for Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris. I was about to say President Kamala Harris. I was getting the cart out in front of the horse just a little bit.
You've accurately predicted the
we haven't thrown cards on that yet. We should do that too.
It seems like way too early to discuss this.
Oh, nonsense. It's never too early. It's like Trump's health update. It's never too early to start throwing cards on it.
Yeah,
people want to know.
It's not too early because they have to make their pick in the next couple of weeks. So we're actually running out of time.
Indeed. So there's a whole bunch of people that are in the vice president derby, kind of what the Republicans are doing, the Democrats get to do now, which is sort of tease out these candidates, build up some buzz, and get people excited and energized and interested in what's going on with the Democratic Party. And then they'll probably delay the announcement until the DNC convention just to get people tuned in and excited. So we're going to break this into a couple of videos. So what we're going to do is the bold picks for the vice presidential candidates. So Dave, how would you define the bold pick?
Yes, I was about to say the bold pick would be like the vice president candidate that would really be appealing. It's like, this is the young all-star team we've got Harris and, Gavin Newsom, or Harris and Pete Buttigieg, or Harris and Gretchen Whitmer. These are picks that are, younger, dynamic picks that would just make the progressives and the Democrats go, yeah, we're going to really stick it to it and make a bold change for the future. The downside of the bold picks is that they would really energize a lot of Democrats, but they may not be as appealing to rural America or more conservative voters because it's too much flavor for what they're used to.
I think the Democrats, they have to be careful to not do the same thing that the Republicans are doing, which is having too many similar characteristics. A good VP candidate isn't necessarily the best political person. It's the person that sits in the presidential candidate's blind spots and brings those additional voters to the table for that candidate. So you want someone that's going to be appealing more to the independents, basically, is what you're ultimately trying to get.
And then what we call the less bold picks, or the more conservative picks, would be somebody who might be a more traditional, less spicy option for it. And who did you have on the more traditional?
On the less spicy, we've got Josh Shapiro. For the governor of Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania is a swing state, and you want to get the swing states. Yep. Mark Kelly, who's a senator in Arizona, who's if you just looked at backgrounds, you would pick Kelly every single time. The guy is got the perfect resume, right? And then Andy Beshear from governor of Kentucky.
Yeah, and the downside on the plus side for these guys is for folks that need something a little bit more balanced to Kamala Harris. These guys would provide that balance. The downside is that some of them are in states that the Democrats have a candidate in there in a contested state, or a state like in Beshear's case that's red, and it's like, you've got a foothold in there. Do you really want to pull that foothold out?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of one of the challenges with Beshear, is that you got a senator that's in a historically red state, and the governor can replace him with another Democrat, but it may be very difficult to hold that Senate seat.
When you say Beshear, you mean Shapiro, right?
No, I was talking about. I'm sorry, Mark Kelly.
Mark Kelly. So neither.
Take
Okay,
that, Gary.
so we're going to break this up into two videos. The first video is going to be on the dynamic candidates,
The
and then
bold ones.
the bold candidates, and then the next video will be on the less dynamic candidates,
The political ones.
and then we'll have a third video where we take the best cards from both videos and have a head-to-head smackdown.
Yes, and for all you Mad Max fans, Mad Max Thunderdome, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Now, it could be a woman entering, so, I'm trying not to be sexist. I'm just quoting a movie.
Damn sexist. Okay, so let's start with the bold candidates.
The bold candidates. For entertainment purposes only, let's look at Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. And I've got my little notes, although I really don't need them for Newsom because I live there, or we both live there. Newsom has positioned himself as a very anti-Trump, anti-MAGA Democrat. He comes across very smooth. He debated DeSantis. So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. The kind of the downside I see with Newsom, a couple of them. One, the whole 12th Amendment, because he lives in the same state as Kamala Harris. So, and he's the governor. So it's not like he could say, "Oh, I'm living in Lake Tahoe and I'm the governor of California." That's not going to fly too easily.
Yeah, Kamala Harris would have to change her residency.
Yeah, and okay. I was about to throw a classic Hollywood, an Alan Ladd reference that people might not get, but I guess I'll throw it out there. You're
get it.
Yeah, you're a real star when instead of you walking around on a box, you make all your co-stars walk around in a trench. That's how because he was like 5'6", and so to make his co-stars make him look bigger on screen, they put his co-stars in trenches so they weren't as tall when he was walking. So the downside to Newsom is that he's got the 12th Amendment. He's also got his own presidential ambitions there. He is definitely positioning himself for a run, for a presidential run. So that's kind of a downside. So I guess we could throw cards on Gavin Newsom at this point. You can do a 3. Are you gonna do a 4-carder? Or are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna do just 4 carders because we've got 3 people. It's gonna take forever.
Okay.
So 4-carder on Gavin Newsom. What are his chances of being Kamala Harris's VP pick? The Magician card. Okay, manifesting. Good, strong card there. 4 of Swords, Judgment, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups. Okay. Gavin Newsom is a creator. He is somebody that can he's dynamic. He can bring all these elements together. He's got the full package. He's the real deal. He's the full package. He can do this. But underneath it all is the Queen of Cups. I've got 2 cards of waiting. I've got the Queen of Cups and the 4 of Swords. I think he's interested in it, but he's got to play it cool because this just may not be the right time for him. And we got Judgment underneath there. Would he be a good VP pick? Absolutely. I think he'd be a very good VP pick. But 4 of Swords, I think he wants to wait 4 years. He would be popular with young people. He's popular with the LGBTQ community. It's just a question of timing. If he's running, it's like he's stealing Kamala Harris's thunder. And at this point, this is kind of Kamala's pick to go with it. So I would say, from my reading on this, Gavin Newsom would be a good choice. However, I think his ambition is to be president, as you mentioned before, and I think he's going to pause and say, I'm going to wait 4 years before I do this. He would be the one that would run for the primary if Kamala doesn't run for re-election.
Yeah. So when you had the underlying energy as the Queen of Cups,
yeah.
So to me, that's him keeping his emotions in check.
Yeah.
He really, really, and you got that 4 of Swords. He really wants a presidential run, but he's just got to kind of keep everything under control. It's like that. It's like, what's the game show? Deal of the Century, where you could buy like this world vacation for $20. But if you do that, you're pretty much going to lose the game because you need to have the most money at the end to get the super duper prize. So by going for the VP candidate, if Kamala wins the election, he's the VP. He's locked himself into a VP role for potentially 8 years and forestalling his presidential run for 8 years. And he might be that might be too long for him.
I think what that page of cups also is just like, yeah, this is novel, but that's not what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. I want the presidency.
Yeah. Yeah. He would be better off. I don't know when his term is up as California governor, but if there was an overlap, like if let's say he's the governor of California through 2026, and there was a 2-year gap between then and the presidency, he would be putting together committees to look into him running, or he would want, he could be nominated to any one of a number of positions in the federal government where he would be fantastic and get his feet wet there. Okay, so that's my thoughts on Gavin Newsom. Who do you want to read on?
Well, let's see. So the next one would be
Pete Buttigieg or Gretchen Whitmer.
I'm gonna do Pete Buttigieg.
Your Mayor Pete. All right.
So with Pete Buttigieg, the advantage is he's built up a lot of goodwill from his presidential run.
He appears on Fox News all the time.
Yep.
So conservatives know who he is, and they don't hate him.
Yes, right. He's not afraid to go into the lion's den. He comes from he's Midwestern. He's a good mouthpiece. He can talk to the masses.
He enjoys it. I was just watching a video of him. He enjoys it. He enjoys talking with people and educating them on what's going on. That's why he has no fear going into those, because he doesn't go in there thinking, I'm going to change these people's mind. He goes in there saying, I'm going to give them the information they need. They can figure out what they need to do with it once it's given to them. But if we don't tell them, they're never going to hear it.
Yeah, and he's also kind of a continuation of the Biden administration and the Biden policies, and he knows how the White House works. He knows how that whole system works, being the Secretary of Transportation. Kind of the downsides, he's from Indiana, which is basically too red of a state to flip, and it could be too historic of a pick, because now you got a female president and a gay man as the vice president. Middle America might not be quite ready for that.
I don't know if middle rural America may not.
Yeah, thank you. There are some people of a mindset that might be asking them to cross too many bridges at the same time.
He would be popular amongst young people. He would be certainly popular in the LGBTQ community. But I think Kamala Harris is very popular with the young people and likely has the LGBTQ community. So all it would be doing is reinforcing what she already has.
Right, exactly. And that's when I was making a very imperfect comparison to Trump and Vance. It's kind of the same thing. You want your VP pick. Ideally, from a political standpoint, you want them to bring in additional voters to guarantee your election win, as opposed to just reinforcing the voters that you've already got locked down. Yeah. So we'll do a little four-carder on
that.
Pete Buttigieg.
We're gonna blow you up.
Hey, look at that! I'm big. You know what, David? It's all up.
It's what?
Make me big again, please.
Okay.
It's all. All me. All me. Yes, we still have
people see your cards better.
Yes, indeed. Okay, I thought it's because I was winning the all me game. Okay, Pete Buttigieg as the VP pick for Kamala Harris. What is the energy around that?
I just like the backs of those cards. They look so nice.
Aren't they pretty?
Very stylish.
Yes, and if you're interested in these cards, I've got a link in the community page on Etsy where I got them. But okay, the foundation or the signifier is the Ten of Wands. It's a bit. You've got a big burden here. As I mentioned, he's from Indiana. It's a pretty red state, and just his, he identifies as a gay man, and that might be a little too much for some people to take on. The first clarifier is the hangman. The second, the priority, you got the chariot. So I'm going to move the hangman down. Oops. All right. I had two cards there. Sorry.
Well, dealing from the bottom of the deck, are you?
Yeah, no kidding. Okay. Since I called the chariot, I'm going to throw that there because clearly, where the heck?
Well, just throw four clarifiers if you've got cards sticking together. It doesn't matter.
Okay, sorry. So I don't mean to
do whatever we want.
Deal from the bottom of the deck, Gary. Jeez. Okay, so we've got
typical Republican, really.
I know. So we got 10 of wands.
Do anything honestly. Everything's got to be true. For many sakes.
Yes, don't worry. I've got my my voting machines all in the garage. I'm programming them right now to flip votes. Okay, so for Buttigieg, the signifier, the foundation is you got the 10 of wands. Mm-hmm. You've got a lot of burden. You're from a very red state, and you're an openly gay man, and there's going to be some voters that just frankly aren't. It's a bridge too far for them. You got the chariot, as the kind of the major priority clarifier. He's got an agenda. He is the Secretary of Transportation? Yeah, Secretary of Transportation. Yeah, this is all about transportation. I've already got a pretty busy job right now, and I'm really good at it. The hangman as a clarifier. You kind of have to look at this from a different perspective. Buttigieg he's very popular. But once again, he's popular where Kamala Harris is popular. So he might not be necessarily bringing additional voters, but it's also, he's like Dave mentioned, he'll go on to Fox News and give people information to try and at least give them some balance out of their echo chamber. So he brings that asset with him. The other clarifier is the Three of Pentacles. It's kind of the collaboration card. He's a good team player. He's willing to work with other people to put out a nice finished product. And the underlying energy is the High Priestess. It's about, in some cases it's about keeping secrets. In other cases, it's about you've got this balanced energy, and of course you got the Joe Biden card, right? Because he's related to Biden and the Biden campaign, and he knows how Washington works. He knows the secrets and how things get done, and he's a legacy of Joe Biden. So with that, I'm going to pull up here. You got any thoughts on that, David?
I do actually. You got two major arcana down there. So the 10 of Wands, it's like it might be a difficult choice, but I think it could work. Yep. The chariot card again. No, I like the transportation secretary. He's somebody who can advance agendas, and he's done that with the transportation. I like that hangman card because people look at him differently, and it's almost like they don't identify him as a gay man. Not like you would identify George Santos as a gay man. Yeah. Because Pete Buttigieg comes across just seeming like an everyday guy who just happens to be gay.
Yeah.
And it's like the homosexuality isn't his identity. Mayor Pete is his identity, who just happens to be gay.
Yeah.
And again, the Three of Coins, good team player, absolutely would be supportive. Underneath it, the divine feminine knowledge of the High Priestess card. I do think that I think he would be a solid VP pick. So far, if I had to compare him and Gavin Newsom, I would say Pete's got a better.
Totally agree. These cards are much better outlook for Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, I think he would be a solid pick. He would not be that much of a burden to the ticket. If anything, I think he'd be a very small burden for a lot of people because of that.
Yeah, that burden card may just simply be his current workload.
Yeah.
He's busy. I mean, it's not like Gavin Newsom isn't busy, but Buttigieg has got 50 states to worry about.
Yeah, but only in transportation. Gavin Newsom and Gretchen Whitmer, who we're going to review next, has an entire state to worry about.
Yes.
And so all the different things that go into that. For Newsom, it's just, it's no. he wants Kamala's job, not to be Kamala's
Newsom's got more ambition. That's going to be his challenge.
All right. So last we have Gretchen Whitmer for the Dream Team.
Yep.
All right. Let's 4 cards on Gretchen Whitmer. What are things looking like for her?
Do you want to make your screen bigger?
No.
Okay.
Of course not. Why would I do such a thing? Foundation of the reading, 9 of coins. Okay, so here's the woman in charge. She's running the whole state. She's well liked, other than the militia folks that tried to kidnap her and want to execute her in the force, notwithstanding. But a woman of means and power and things along those lines. We got the Justice card underneath. The 3 of Swords. The 9 of Cups. And the Devil card. Okay. Now, where am I going with this? Gretchen Whitmer, fantastic governor candidate, could definitely have higher aspirations. Underneath it, though, is the 3 of Swords. It's the heartbreak and betrayal.
I can help you with that.
No, let me get us back over here. What do you think the heartbreak and betrayal is underneath?
It's something that I didn't share in the analysis. She doesn't want the job.
But I don't want it. She'd be perfect for it, but she doesn't want it.
Yeah.
I think she's with the Justice card here. There are still things that she wants to do, and she's Wisconsin. Is that correct? Or is she Michigan? Michigan. I think there's still stuff that she wants to do, and she's happy where she is doing what she needs to do for the folks in Michigan. Underneath it all is the Devil card. Trump and his ilk, they would vilify her in a second. Oh, they would love it if Gretchen Whitmer was the candidate, because again, she's the one they tried, if I'm not mistaken, she's the one they tried to kidnap. There was a plot by some militias to kidnap her and, to have a trial in the forest and then execute her. She is not loved by the gun-toting Second Amendment, anti-mask wearing chuds. They hate her, and it would just, Trump would have a field day. And Trump and his kin would have a field day with Whitmer, because she just, for whatever reason, a strong, powerful woman scares these guys like nothing else. Your thoughts?
Let's see the cards again.
No, you don't get to see them. They're mine.
Yeah, certainly she's in her place with the 9 of Pentacles. She's a woman in charge. She's bringing things of value to the state of Michigan.
Yep.
That 3 of Swords is, she simply doesn't want this. And if
Michelle Obama doesn't either.
Yeah, and if she takes it, it's really going to break the hearts of the folks in Michigan that voted her in, and that she's doing. You got the 9 of Cups, hopes and wishes, dreams fulfilled. She's living the dream. She's doing what she wants to do, and she's bringing things of value for herself and to the state. And then it's the other one that is the Justice. The Justice card. Yeah, I can't remember. Please forgive me. Don't eviscerate me too much in the comments. But was Michigan one of those states that had a lot of gerrymandering, and they had judges?
Not as bad as Wisconsin.
Oh, okay, yeah, that Protestant, which is in Wisconsin. But she is bringing justice back to Michigan. She's doing the right things, and she's being just. And yeah, the underlying energy is with the devil card. Yeah, it might not. Certainly, MAGA doesn't like her, but it could also be one of those things where she feels like if she becomes the VP, she's going against her values and she's making a deal with the devil that's not in her best interest, in the best interest of the people of Michigan.
Yeah, I would say it's going down a path she doesn't want to go down.
Yeah, exactly. I don't make it
much like Gavin Newsom doesn't want to be the VP. It's taking him down a path he doesn't want to go down. Although his ambition would be such, it would be like, it could be worse. I'm still in there, but Gavin Newsom, he wants to come in at the top. He doesn't want to come in and say, gunning for second place.
Neither one wants to be VP, but for completely different reasons. They don't want the job, but it's because Newsom wants the next job up, and Whitmer's very happy doing what she's doing.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to say Mayor Pete is going to be the winner of the dream team.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Okay, so we will wrap up this video, and then we'll get on to the next one here.
Yeah, so you're stick around. You got to wait 24 hours for the next one.
Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channels. We appreciate it.
Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, leave comments. I respond to as many as I can. And if I've said something wrong or if David has said something wrong, tee off on us. That's fine.
Yeah. He's only saying that so you leave a comment, and then that feeds the algorithm so that it gets out to more people. I see through your scheme. You're pimping the channel.
I am.
If only
I had a pimp hat.
Mine's in the closet. I have to go run and go get it.
Okay, well, you go run and go get it.
Okay.
I just want you to know the number of times I've had to defend you in the comments section because someone has said, oh, Gary said this. It's just like, I didn't say it, David's the one that said it. But you know what? We've had almost 59 years of training on taking the hit for the other guys. So
it is what it is. Anyways, yeah, so if you haven't already, like and subscribe to Twin Tarot with Gary and David.
Yes, and it's great because it's feeding the algorithm. And I mentioned this in our previous video. We did the Trump health video that did really well. We got over 50,000 views on it, and it was pushing out to new people. And in fact, it was pushing out to Republicans because I was getting trolled in the comment sections. And so I had to remove a couple of people that I had to leave screaming into the wind. But it was I was telling Dave, it was so interesting because you could see that the algorithm was definitely pushing it out to other people. So thank you so much for that. And hopefully we'll start getting more people excited about this channel.
Okay. Anyways, thank you, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Bye.